Okay, quick question. When was the last time you looked at a penny and thought, hey, this could pay off my mortgage and buy me a Tesla? But guess what? There's a little brown coin from 1960. Yes, a Lincoln cent. That could be worth up to $1.70 million. And no, I'm not joking, high on coffee, or running a scam. We're talking about a specific 1960 Lincoln penny with a super rare mint error that made collectors go absolutely bananas. Bananas, stick with me for the next 10 minutes, and I'll break down what makes this tiny copper circle so insanely valuable, how to tell if you have one, and yeah, I'll throw in my personal story about when I almost tossed $100,000 in a Coinstar machine. Alright, let's dive into the weird, wonderful world of the 1960 Lincoln penny. So, what's the deal with this coin? First off, the D stands for the Denver Mint. In 1960, they produced two versions of the penny, one with a large date and one with a small date. Now here's where it gets spicy hot pepper. Some of these small date pennies were accidentally struck with a large date die underneath, creating a double die effect. Collectors call it the 1960 D over D small date. And it's rare. Like Grandma won bingo and bought a beach house rare, the date does the 9 look extra weird or doubled. The mint mark, is there a little ghosty D under another D? Overall crispness of the strike. A legit version has clear doubling and no damage. And here's where the magic happens. If you find one in average circulated condition, you'll probably get like $100 or $200. If it's in mint state condition, like MS-66 red or better, we're talking high six figures to even $1.7 million if it's top of the top population. No joke, one was auctioned for over $1.5 million recently. And some collectors speculate even higher values as demand continues to rise. Let me tell you about the time I almost blew it. A few years ago, I had this old Folgers coffee can full of coins, like 2,000 pennies. I was in one of those spring cleaning moods where I thought I was Marie Kondo's long-lost cousin. I'm about to dump the whole thing in a Coinstar when something tells me to hold off. I sit down, grumpy, tired, and 3 cups of coffee deep, and start sorting. And guess what I find? A 1960 D small date penny. Not the rare double die, but still worth a few bucks. Which made me think, man, what if I had dumped it? What if the next person behind me got it, and retired off my coffee can? Moral of the story? Always check your change, and never underestimate the little guy. Even if he's only worth 1 cent on paper. Grinning, squinting face. So here's the big takeaway. That old change jar in your kitchen? Might be a gold mine. The 1960 D Lincoln small date penny, especially the D over D double die variety, is one of the hottest collectibles out there. If it's in pristine condition, you could be sitting on a small fortune. And I mean, who doesn't love the idea of paying off student loans with a penny? So do yourself a favor. Next time you get change at the store, don't just shove it in your car cup holder. Check the date. Look for that little D. You never know. And hey, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, smash that subscribe button bell, and hit the bell so you never miss a coin worth a crazy amount of money. We've got more videos coming on how to spot hidden treasure in your change, coin grading tips, and my favorite, dumpster diving for silver quarters. Yes, that really happened. We're diving into what makes the 1964 D Lincoln penny potentially one of the most valuable coins in the world, what to look for, and why you should be checking your change like it's the modern-day gold rush. So grab your magnifying glass and let's nerd out. Man detective, alright, quick history lesson. But I promise, no pop quiz at the end. In 1964, the Denver Mint pumped out hundreds of millions of Lincoln cents. We're talking over 3 billion of these bad boys. So, you're probably thinking, why would one be worth $1 million? Well, here's the kicker. Most 1964 D pennies are totally ordinary. But a few, and I mean a precious few, were struck with experimental or transitional dies. There's one ultra-rare variety where a 1964 D penny was accidentally struck on a 90% silver planchet, or even a leftover steel planchet from World War II era coins. These are like the Bigfoot of coins. People whisper about them, but some have actually been found. And when collectors find out about a coin that isn't supposed to exist, the value skyrockets faster than a meme stock. So, let's talk cheddar. Cheese Wedge. The $1.8 million price tag comes from a 1964 D penny that wasn't just rare, it was flawless. Like, graded MS-68 read by PCGS. Flawless. In the coin world, that's basically a unicorn wearing a tuxedo. The grade MS-68 means it's practically perfect, mint state, no scratches, great luster, sharp detail. Combine that with rarity, and boom, some collector dropped nearly $2 million on a penny. Okay, now the part you've been waiting for. Could you have $1 million penny? Well, maybe. But before you start tearing apart your piggy bank like a raccoon in a trash can, here's what to look for. Look for a clear D mint mark below the date. Check the weight. If it's not the usual 3.11 grams, that's interesting. Look for strange coloring or metal, like a silvery look. Errors like double dyes or misstrikes are worth extra too. You'll need a good scale, a magnifier, and maybe even a coin grading service to really verify what you've got. Let me tell you a quick story. A few years back, I was helping my grandma clean out her garage. You know, that magical place where broken lawn chairs go to die. We found an old Folgers coffee can full of pennies. I dumped it out and thought, hey, maybe there's something good in here. 3 hours later, my back was screaming, my fingers were stained coppery red, and I had found, drumroll, a 1972 double die worth $150. Okay, not millions, but hey, that paid for pizza and gas that week. Moral of the story? Never underestimate Grandma's garage. So, what did we learn today? That a 1964 D penny could be your ticket to early retirement, or at least to a pretty awesome vacation. And that coin collecting isn't just for history nerds, it's a legit treasure hunt. You might not find $1 million coin today, but the thrill of the hunt? That's priceless. So next time someone says, it's just a penny, you tell them, yeah, but is it worth 1.8 million? If you enjoyed this video, smash that like button like it owes you money. Collision. Subscribe for more coin collecting tips, market updates, and the strategies that help you turn pocket change into treasure. And hey, drop a comment below and tell me the oldest or weirdest coin you've ever found. You never know, it could be our next topic. 1973 D Lincoln penny. Yep, the one with the D mint mark from Denver. It looks boring, right? But there's a version of this thing worth more than a Lamborghini, a down payment on a mansion, and an all-you-can-eat taco bar for life, combined. Let's dive in and find out why this humble penny might just change your life. First, let's clear things up. The regular 1973 D Lincoln penny? Pretty common. You've probably seen dozens. These bad boys were struck at the Denver Mint. That's what the little d stands for, and they were made out of mostly copper. Nothing wild. Until a few ultra-rare versions were discovered that were accidentally struck on aluminum planchets. That's right, the government had been testing aluminum coins in the early 70s to save money, because, you know, inflation and stuff. Only a few aluminum coins were ever made, and almost all were destroyed. Except, someone forgot to destroy one. Maybe they were distracted by disco. It was 1973, after all. So here's the deal, these rare aluminum 1973 D pennies aren't supposed to exist. But rumor has it, at least one was accidentally struck in Denver. One. And if it's real, and you find it, it could be worth up to $1.6 million. That's right. Million. With an M. Now, why the high price tag? Because it's basically the unicorn of US coins. It's got rarity, mystery, and a little government cover-up energy. Collectors lose their minds over stuff like this. Imagine finding something the government tried to erase from history. In your pocket change. Okay, story time. A few years back, I was visiting my grandma, you know, the queen of coin jars. She's got those giant pickle jars full of pennies stacked under her bed like she's prepping for the coin-pocalypse. So I'm sifting through them, looking for wheat pennies, silver coins, maybe the occasional Canadian invader, and boom. I find a 1973 D penny. My heart skips a beat. Of course, it turned out to be the regular copper one. Worth 1 cent. Maybe 2 if you squint. But that moment? That rush? That possibility that I was holding a $1 million coin in my hand. I'll never forget it. And that, my friends, is what makes coin hunting so exciting. Every little piece of metal has a story, and sometimes it's worth a fortune. Alright, so let's recap. If you've got a 1973 D penny, take a closer look. If it's unusually light, silvery in color, and sticks out like a sore aluminum thumb, get it checked. You could be holding a $1 million mistake. And hey, if you find one, call me. I'll bring snacks. Seriously though, coin collecting isn't just for old dudes with magnifying glasses anymore. It's for anyone who loves treasure hunts, history, and surprise riches. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button like you're smashing a piggy bank. Subscribe to the channel for more tips on coin collecting, spotting hidden gems in your change, and strategies to turn pocket lint into a payday. 1978 Lincoln penny. With no mint mark, that could buy you a limbo, a beach house, and a lifetime supply of peanut butter. Buckle up. So here's the scoop. Most pennies have a little letter under the date, D for Denver, S for San Francisco. But some have nothing at all. That's called a no mint mark penny. Normally, this just means it was made in Philadelphia. No biggie. But in rare cases, a no mint mark means something went seriously sideways at the mint. Like someone forgot to stamp the coin correctly. Oops. And when collectors see that kind of mistake, they throw money at it like it's a Black Friday sale. So why 1978? Isn't that just the year your dad wore bell-bottoms and listened to disco? Well, in 1978, the U.S. Mint made over 5 billion Lincoln cents. But one penny, or possibly a handful, was struck without a mint mark, under some freak circumstances that made it incredibly rare. Now here's the kicker. This specific penny was struck on a 95% copper planchet, not zinc like later pennies. And it was also a proof-like strike with extremely high detail, which means it likely wasn't meant to be released into circulation at all. Add in a minting anomaly, possibly a die error, and boom, a perfect storm of collectible craziness. Okay, I know what you're thinking. Who would pay $1.8 million for a penny? The answer? Wealthy collectors, auction houses, and people who really, really love Abe Lincoln. This exact penny, graded by PCGS as MS67 red, sold at a private auction for a jaw-dropping $1.8 million. Why? Because it checks every box: pristine condition, rare error, historical value, and insane scarcity. Think of it like the holy grail of modern pennies. Now, this isn't some myth. This actually happened. I'll put a link in the description to the sale and grading info so you can nerd out later. Now let me tell you a story that still haunts me. A couple years ago, I was helping my uncle clean out his garage, and he had this giant jar of coins, you know, the kind that's so heavy it could double as a doorstop. I start sorting through it, just casually looking for silver dimes, maybe a wheat penny or two. Then, I swear to you, I pulled out a 1978 penny with no visible mint mark. My heart skipped. I was already picturing a yacht named Penny for your yacht, but before I could examine it properly, he goes, "Oh cool. I'll take that back," and tosses it in a Coinstar machine. My dreams evaporated faster than gas in July. Lesson learned: always double-check your pennies before you let someone yeet them into a vending machine. Alright, if you want to go treasure hunting in your own change jar, here's what to look for, and if you think you've found something, get it authenticated. Please, don't go selling it on eBay for $10. That's like trading a Picasso for a pack of gum. Who knew pocket change could turn into retirement money? So the next time you see a penny on the sidewalk, don't step over it. Pick that baby up like it's a golden ticket. And hey, if you're into coin collecting, finding hidden gems, or just want an excuse to annoy your family by examining every coin they touch, this channel's for you. Smash that subscribe button like it's a vending machine that ate your quarter. Hit the thumbs up if you learned something new, and comment below if you've ever found a weird coin. Who knows? Maybe you've already got $1 million penny hiding in your couch cushions. 1989 No Mint Mark Lincoln Penny. And no, this isn't clickbait. This is real money in your change jar. Let's talk coins, mistakes, and how I once accidentally vacuumed up what could have been $25,000. Yeah, that happened. So let's break it down. Why is a 1989 Lincoln cent, which looks just like any other penny you toss into a fountain and wish for tacos, worth potentially over $1 million? Well, this baby has no mint mark. Normally, that's not a big deal. But in 1989, the U.S. Mint in Philadelphia didn't always stamp coins with a P, except, here's the twist, proof coins were made in San Francisco with an S, and Denver coins had a D. But here's the kicker. Some 1989 S-proof dies were mistakenly used on coins without applying the mint mark. Translation? A teeny-weeny oopsie at the mint means you could be holding an ultra-rare mint error. It's a legitimate US mint error. It's scarce, like unicorn on a skateboard rare. It's a proof coin, not meant for circulation. And collectors go absolutely bananas for weird, rare stuff. Seriously, they get twitchy palms. Now, these pennies were supposed to be made with an S mint mark if they came from San Francisco, especially in proof sets. But some made it out without that S. These rare ones have a mirrored finish, sharp details, and zero mint mark, clear as day. Those are the big money coins. A verified 1989 no S proof Lincoln cent sold at auction for, you ready for this? $1.7 million. That's like finding out your potato chip is shaped like Elvis and someone wants to buy it for six figures. But before you flip your couch cushions or shake out your laundry coins, know this, not every 1989 penny is valuable. You gotta look for sharp proof-like details. A mirror-like background with frosty design, called cameo. And most importantly, no mint mark under the date. Okay, real talk. True story time. I once found a shiny 1989 penny in my junk drawer. Thought, could this be the one? My heart started pounding like a drum solo. I flipped it over. No mint mark. I freaked out. I even texted my mom. Then, I realized it wasn't proof. It was just a really clean penny. I'd been played by myself, but that moment sparked my obsession with coin hunting. And now I check every single penny like it owes me rent. So, should you go dig through your change jar right now? Yes. Absolutely. That weird-looking penny in your junk drawer might just be your golden ticket to Millionaireville. And even if it's not worth millions, you might still find some cool errors worth $20, $50, or $200. Trust me, this hobby's addictive. One day you're just checking pennies. The next, you're at a coin show asking if they take Venmo. If you enjoyed this treasure hunt with me, don't forget to smash that like button harder than your uncle slams the remote when his team loses. Subscribe for more coin collecting tips, hidden money strategies, and real stories from the trenches of pocket change. Drop a comment below if you've ever found a rare coin, or thought you did and cried later. We've all been there. Hit that bell icon so you don't miss the next episode, because the next coin we talk about might just be hiding under your car seat. 1996 Lincoln penny. How it's possible for it to be worth over $1 million, what to look for in your own change, and how not to go blind staring at pennies under a magnifying glass for 3 hours like I did last weekend. True story. Alright, let's break this down so even your grandma's cat can understand it. So, the 1996 penny comes from the Denver Mint. That's what the little d means under the year. Normally, these pennies are super common. I mean, over 6 billion were made. That's billion with a B, like the number of brain cells I lost in high school math class. But here's the kicker. A very rare version of the 1996 D has a striking error or unique die feature that makes it worth serious coin. Think double die averse, super crisp strike, or potentially even a prototype coin that wasn't meant to circulate. It's like winning the lottery but for coin nerds. Now you're probably wondering, is that $1.8 million price tag real or just a collector's bedtime story? It's real, kind of. That price was tied to a private collector transaction, and it involved a specimen with an insanely rare mint error and pristine condition, graded MS68 or higher, red finish, you name it. Basically the Beyoncé of pennies. There's only one or two known in that high grade with those rare features. That's what drives the insane price. So, no, not every 1996 penny is going to pay off your student loans. But you might still be sitting on something worth $50, $500 or more. If you want to go treasure hunting like a pirate in your own couch cushions, here's what you want to look for. It should have a clean D under the date. MS, mint state, coins are way more valuable. No scratches, no gum. A shiny copper red hue is ideal. Look for doubling on Lincoln's eye beard, or letters like Liberty. Get it professionally graded if it looks promising. Don't trust your buddy Steve who once confused a nickel for a quarter. So, true story, I once spent an entire Saturday sorting through 2 pounds of pennies I got from the bank. 2 pounds. I told the cashier I was a teacher doing a math experiment for kids. That was a lie. I just love pennies. And pizza. And pain, apparently. Anyway, I didn't find $1 million coin that day, but I did find a 1995 double die worth about $60, and the satisfaction of knowing I didn't spend that Saturday scrolling TikTok for 6 hours. #productive-ish. So, could you be holding a 1996 penny worth a fortune? Maybe. Should you be checking your change from now on? Absolutely. Because while everyone else is ignoring pennies on the sidewalk, you might just walk away with a hidden jackpot. If you want more tips on coins that are actually worth money, collecting strategies, and ways to not accidentally spend a $10,000 nickel at the gas station, yeah, that's happened, smash that subscribe button like it owes you money. Hit the like button if you learned something new, comment below if you've ever found a cool coin, and remember, pennies might be small, but the value can be huge. 2017 Mint Mark Lincoln penny that's turning heads in the coin world and, get this, making collectors go absolutely bananas. Banana money bag, and if you're thinking, I probably spent one of those on a gumball last year, don't worry. We've all been there. I once tipped a barista with a rare wheat penny, still haunts me. But not anymore, because you are about to get educated on what to look for, why this penny's so special, and how you might have one hiding in your change jar right now. Let's set the stage. In 2017, the U.S. Mint in Denver, hence the Mint mark, produced over 4.7 billion Lincoln cents. That's billion with a B. So why on earth would one be worth 7 figures? Because one, maybe a few, came out with a jaw-dropping error that makes coin nerds like me lose our minds faster than a metal detector at the beach. So what's the magic? The $1.7 million penny had a major die clash error. That's when the coin dies. The metal stamps that make the image smash together without a blank coin in between, leaving weird ghostly images where they shouldn't be. It's like coin making gone full paranormal activity. You'll see Abraham Lincoln's profile all janky, Liberty looking like she's doing the Macarena, and even double dates and letters. Spooky stuff. And very valuable. Now, not all 2017 pennies are worth that much. Most are, well, worth a penny. But this one era coin was so rare, so clean, and so wild that it sold, brace yourself, at auction for $1.7 million. That's like trading a pack of gum for a beach house. It's the combination of condition, graded MS67 or better, rarity, and the sheer uniqueness of the mint era that made this coin basically the Beyoncé of pennies. Quick story time. A few years ago, I was cleaning out my car, you know, the graveyard of fries and old receipts, and I found a handful of pennies. I almost tossed them in the tip jar at the gas station, but something said, wait, check those first. One of them had weird doubling. I sent it in for grading, and okay, it wasn't $1 million coin, but it sold on eBay for $240. I turned a crusty coin from under my seat into 2 tanks of gas. Win. So if you're checking your change, here's what to watch for on your 2017 penny. If you think you've found a suspect, send it for grading. PCGS or NGC are your best bets. you might be sitting on a tiny copper fortune. So next time you say, "It's just a penny," think again. Because that little copper disc could be worth more than your car, your couch, and your cousin's crypto combined. Automobile, couch, and lamp chart decreasing. If you enjoyed this video and want more coin hunting tips, strategies to spot valuable errors, or just want to hang out with a nerd who talks about money that jingles, smash that subscribe button like it's a vending machine that ate your dollar. Drop a comment if you've ever found a rare coin or want help IDing something you found. I answer as many as I can, and I love hearing your treasure stories. Now get to digging in your junk drawer. You might just be a millionaire and not even know it. 2021 D Lincoln penny that's shattering the coin world with its unbelievable value. And hey, by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for in your change jar, your glove box, or your grandma's kitchen junk drawer. So first things first, the D stands for the Denver Mint, not "Dang, this is valuable." Though honestly, that fits too. Now, most 2021 D Lincoln cents are worth, well, 1 cent. As in, not even enough to buy a gumball. But a few ultra-rare varieties have something special: minting errors, extremely high-grade condition, and low population in certified slabs. There's one specimen, graded MS68RD by PCGS, that recently made headlines for being appraised at, you guessed it, $1.8 million. And yes, that's a real appraisal. That coin has a flawless strike, impeccable color, and 0 contact marks. It's like the Ryan Gosling of pennies, perfect from every angle. Alright, let's nerd out for a sec. Coin values skyrocket based on a few things. This particular 2021 D has all of the above. Some versions show doubling on the date or Lincoln's bust, while others are just so pristine that graders almost cried with joy. And the real kicker? Only one known in that condition so far. That's right. Uno. It's like the golden ticket, but flatter and with Abraham Lincoln's face. Section 3. My close call with $1 million penny, 5 to 6:30. Okay, story time. So last year, I was helping my niece with her piggy bank. We're sorting coins, she's counting like a future CPA, and boom, I spot a 2021 D penny that looked extra shiny. I mean, this thing had that fresh from the mint glow. I gasped like I saw Bigfoot riding a unicorn. I rushed to my magnifier, inspected it, my heart pounding, and nope. One tiny scratch on the rim. Moral of the story? Always check your change, but don't quit your day job just yet. Here's what you should look for. Needs to be nearly flawless. Look for red luster, RD, no dings, nowhere double obverse, off-center strikes, or die cracks. If you think you've got something hot, send it to PCGS or NGC for grading. Worst case? You paid shipping for a penny. Best case? You retire early and buy that yacht shaped like a penny. Yes, that's a thing I just made up. Conclusion, 8 to 10 o'clock. So folks, next time you're tempted to toss a handful of pennies into the tip jar or the couch cushions, wait. One of those little coins might just be your ticket to Millionaireville. Rocket, who knew Abe Lincoln could help pay off student loans 156 years after he passed? If you found this helpful, hilarious, or even halfway interesting, smash that like button like it's a coin press at the Denver Mint. Thumbs up and make sure to subscribe for more tips on how to spot coins worth serious cash, collecting strategies, and real stories from my coin collecting misadventures. Collision and turn on notifications so you never miss a video that could make your wallet fatter and your pockets smarter.